sleeping. I haven't been on here to have a chat with you for a while, and actually there's a few things that I want to talk to you about. And so I just thought I would set the camera up on the shelf and just pop by every now and again and fill you in on what I've been doing. Because it's always nice to come back and share stuff and hear about what you've been doing and your inspiration as well. So it's nice to see you again. I'm Lee. I'm a New Zealander who lives in Yorkshire in the United Kingdom, and this week I'm just going to show you all the socks I've been making because it's the majority of what I've been doing when I'm tired and run down and busy and whatever else. It's just nice to be able to sit down and have something really simple to do. And since I've seen you last, I've finished quite a few pairs of socks. Well, I finished 3 pairs of socks. I don't know if that's a few or not. Depends how prolific a sock knitter you are. So the first one is this one. I got this yarn quite a while ago. It's West Yorkshire Spinners. If you've been watching here for a while, you know that I knit a lot with West Yorkshire Spinners Signature 4-ply. And for this one I used the Pacific colourway, which I think is maybe new this year, and I have micro striped it with the Kingfisher colourway just to kind of tone it down a little so that the stripes aren't quite so much in your face. I've done this before, but not with a self-striping yarn, and I think I quite like this technique because it does just make those fun stripes a wee bit subtler for those people that don't like loud fancy socks. If I hold it up here, you might be able to see what I mean. I've basically done one row of the solid Pacific colour, which is this one here, and one row of the self-striping Kingfisher colour. I'm peeping out from behind my sock to see if the camera has focused. So the next sock that I've finished is a newer cast on with one of the Signature 4-ply newer colourways. I think this is another one that's come out this year. This is the Starling colourway, and I saw this. I went on a trip to London at the beginning of August and was in John Lewis looking at the yarn there, and kind of just fell for this colour a little. So I started knitting them, and then I happened to be knitting them at a friend's place and realised I had found a recipient. So this is the Starling colour, and I've used the Pacific again. I'm getting a lot of value out of this yarn, as you'll see in a minute. And it's partly because one of the stripes is almost the same. But I'll hold this up and give you a close-up again. Yeah, so that's pair of socks number 2. There are 2 of these socks. The other one is just on the couch back there. And right, if you're a person whose socks have to be absolutely 100% matching, look away now. I started these socks probably literally years ago. And what happened was I knitted the first one. Here it is. And this is knitted in, this colour is Bergère de France Gumi 50 that everybody was really excited about for a while, in the prune colourway. And I did the heels and toes in one of the opal uni solids. I don't know the name of the colour. It's possibly petrol or teal. I don't have the ball band, and when I did the heel and the toe on this, I used up every last inch of the toe. And so I was kind of like, I thought that I wanted to find something a little bit different for the other heel and toe, so that they were obviously different. But I couldn't find anything that I particularly was in love with. And so on the second one, I have just used, you'll recognise this. This is the Pacific colourway again. And I've just put it on the heel because it's not an exact match. It's kind of same but different. It's just different enough to be slightly annoying, really. But I thought, at least when I'm looking down at my socks and can just see the toes, that could be kind of fun. So this one and this one, these ones are for me. But it's not like I don't already have plenty of socks, and stand by. I was staying with a friend in London, and her knitting time is limited, and socks aren't her favourite thing to knit, but she really loves a pair of hand knitted socks, and she knows I knit socks all the time, and she asked me very bashfully if I would knit her some pairs of socks to stock up her sock pantry, and I said of course I would. And the fun thing about this is that she hand washes her socks without fail, so I don't have to worry about using yarns that I can't put in I was about to say the dishwasher, you know what I mean, in the washing machine. I don't have to worry about using yarns that I can't use in the washing machine. And I bought this Mondum. I bought it from Wild and Woolly quite a wee while ago, years. And with the intention of using it for socks for me, but there's no guarantee that they wouldn't end up in the washing machine. So, and then I thought I'll use it for a hat. And anyway, so then my lovely friend said, will you please knit me some socks? And I said, yes. And she said, can I send you the yarn? And I said, no, I've got yarn. So I'm quite excited about these. You will have seen that the other pairs, I've just used my favourite sock pattern, which is on Ravelry for free if you want to download it and see how I like to knit socks. For this one, I thought about doing the blueberry waffle socks. She sometimes has a little water retention around the ankles, and so it's nice if her socks can be stretchy. And so I had thought about doing the blueberry waffle sock, because that is kind of a 2x2 rib without having to put yourself through the torture of doing 2x2 rib the whole way. You get a little rest row. And then I thought, well, rather than doing 2 rows of rib and then 2 rows of stocking stitch, why don't I just alternate them? So it will look like a 2x2 rib all the way down, but actually I've done that for the cuff. You'll see that's a little bit more stretchy and more like an accordion. And then I've just done 1 row of 2x2 rib and 1 row of stocking stitch. And that's how I'm going to do it. I'll do that down the leg and I'll do that across the top of the foot. Anyway, so those are all the socks that I'm knitting. I'm going to leave you here and I'll pop back tomorrow with something else I want to tell you about. Cheerio!